Hello everyone, in this video we'll be solving a very good set based upon arrangements. Basically it's a puzzle. The question is 4 patriotism based movies Indian, Brave Indian, True Indian and Jago India were released on occasion of 65th Independence Day on 15th August 2018. The total box office collection for the first days of each of the 4 movies was rupees 61 crores and the sum of the box office collection of the 4 movies for each of the first 4 days was also rupees 61 crores. So this means that the total box office collection for first 4 days of each of the 4 movies was rupees 61 crores and the sum of box office collection of 4 movies for each of the first 4 days, that was also 61 crores. Okay, so this is a very important point. Next one is further it is known as the box office collection in rupees crores of each of the 4 days for each of the 4 movies was a prime number. So that means every collection must be a prime number, okay, on each of the 4 days, such that for any movie the box office collection of no 2 days was same and for any day the box office collection of no 2 movies was same. So for every movie on a particular day the collection must be different, and for all the movies on a particular day the collection must be different. I will explain you later the meaning of these statements. These are very important, okay. If you read the questions here, first one is if on the first day of the release the box office collection of one of the movies was more than 300% of the combined box office collection of the other 3 movies on that day, then what was the box office collection in rupees crores of that movie having the highest collection on that day. So that means collection of a particular movie will be greater than 3 times the sum of collection of other 3 movies. Hence you have to find out the highest possible collection on that day, okay. Second one is if on the second day of the release of the 4 movies the movie True Indian had the highest box office collection among the 4 movies, then the number of possible values of the box office collection of True Indian on that day is. So on the second day of the release we have been given that this movie True Indian was having the highest box office collection. So what will be the number of possible values of the box office collection of this movie, okay. So in every question there is a new condition coming. Only thing that remains static, it is this. That means collection on all the days of all the movies will be 61 and sum of collection of a particular movie on all 4 days, it will also be 61. So we'll go to the next slide. We'll use the condition given in the question and solve this. So we were clearly given that the total box office collection for the first days of each of the 4 movies was 61 crores and the sum of the box office collection of 4 movies for each of the first 4 days was also 61 crores. That means we have to take all the movies into account and then all the days into account, okay. So let me write down the days over here, day 1, 2, 3 and 4, okay. I'll write down the movies here. First one I have Indian, then I have Brave Indian, then I have True Indian, at last I have Jago India, okay. This will be our table. So the clue told us that the total box office collection for first 4 days, okay. So these are the first 4 days of every movie was 61 crores. That means sum along all the columns will be equal to 61 for all the movies, okay. Then the sum of the box office collection of 4 movies for each of the first 4 days was also 61 crores. That means on day 1 all the movies collectively earned 61, day 2 as well they earned 61, day 3, 4 as well 61 in total, okay. So this is the basic structure of our table. Now we have to fill the table using the clues from the question, and we were given that the box office collection in rupees crores on each of the 4 days of the 4 movies was a prime number. That means all the numbers that we'll be filling along the column, that will be a prime number, such that for any movie the box office collection of no 2 days was same, okay. So that means the value that I'll be filling along the column for every movie, they will be different, okay. And for any day the box office collection of no 2 movies was same. So that means along the row as well values must not be same for any 2 movies. So I hope that is clear. Along the column, along the row, no 2 values should be same. If we come to the question, we have if on the first day of the release the box office collection of one of the movies was more than 300% of the combined box office collection of other 3 movies on that day, then what was the box office collection in rupees crores of that movie having the highest collection on that day. So let me assume that the movie having highest collection, it earned A rupees, okay, A crores. So rest of the 3 movies, let me assume they earned total B plus C plus D. These are the earnings. Some of their earnings will be B, C, D, okay, B plus C plus D. So this earning A, it should be greater than 300 times, that means 3 times the collection of other 3 movies. That is the clue we need over here. Now there's a very basic concept related to odd and even numbers over here. See, we have 4 quantities, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the sum should be 61. We all know that all prime numbers except 2, they are odd, right? So if all 4 these prime numbers that we are going to fill here, if all 4 are odd, the sum of 4 odd numbers is even, okay, but we need the sum as 61, which is odd. So that means one of the prime numbers will definitely be 2 in every case, okay. So we are very clear that one of the collection of a movie will definitely be 2 crores. Rest 3 can be odd, okay, odd primes. So this was the first clue that will help us reduce the number of cases. So I can now write this equation as A should be greater than 3 times 2 plus C plus D, okay. Now we need A, C, D as prime numbers which can satisfy this, okay. So what will be the minimum sum of primes over here? We'll have 2, 3 and 5, that means a minimum sum of 10, okay. So that means A should definitely be greater than 30, right? So that means we will check only those primes which are greater than 30, okay. So A can have values 31, then 37, 41, 43, 47, then 53 is also possible. At last 59. We cannot take value 61 because then other values will be 0, okay. So if we take the minimum case over here, these values will be 2, 3, 5, okay. In that case A will be 51 because the sum has to be 61 of all the pairs, okay. But is this possible? No, because A has a non-prime value 51, okay. So this pair is gone. So next possible pair will be, one of the values will be 2, let me make it 7, okay. In that case this value will be 49. Is this possible? No, 49 is non-prime. This is also gone. So now let me increase the sum of values of other 3 movies. One of the values will be 2. Let me make it 2, 5, 7, okay. In that case this will be, A will be 47. So I have all 4 primes over here. Let me check this condition, okay. 47 should be greater than 3 times the sum of 257. 257, that means the sum of 14. So yes, this is possible, okay. Let us take another case in which we get all 4 primes and sum as 61 following this condition, okay. So next prime after 47 is 43, okay. In that case I should get the sum of other 3 numbers as 18, okay, because the total sum has to be 61. So for 18 I can add 2, 3 and 13, okay. But in that case, do we have 43 greater than 3 times 2 plus 3 plus 13? No. So that means this will be the highest possible collection, 47. This is the only pair that satisfies. We won't be going below 43 because then below 43 this condition won't be satisfied, okay. So first question will have answer 47, okay. Or if you want to go by the other way, what you can do is you can take the highest possible value of A over here, which is 59. In that case the sum of other 3 movies should be 2, okay. So only one case will be possible, 200. In that case we have 00 as the collection. This won't be a possible case. If you write 53, sum of other 3 movies should be equal to 8. We need 3 primes having sum equal to 8. So one of them will be 2. Now we need 2 numbers over here having a sum of 6, okay. So 2 odd numbers having a sum of 6, 2 prime odd numbers having a sum of 6. There is no such pair possible except 3, 3, but in that case the collection will be same, okay. So even this is gone. So next prime will be 47. If you check for 47, you will get this pair, hence 47 will be the greatest, or 47 will be the correct answer to the first question. Let's solve the next one now. The second question says that if on the second day of the release of the 4 movies, the movie True Indian had the highest box office collection among the 4 movies, then the number of possible values of the box office collection of True Indian on that day is. So now in this question the only condition is True Indian should have the highest box office collection. I am very sure that one of the numbers will be 2, okay. And the highest possible collection should always be a prime number. So biggest prime number is 59, but in that case these 2 values will be 0. This is not a possible case. Next highest biggest prime number is 53, okay. So 53 plus 2, 55. We need 6 as the sum for these 2 movies over here. Both should be odd primes, okay, but that is not possible. We'll get only one pair, 3, 3. 2 movies will have same collection, so this is gone. Then next highest prime will be 47. We found a pair with 47 in the previous question, that was 2, 5, 7, 47. So this is possible. Let us come to the next highest prime, which was 43. One of the numbers will be 2. 43 plus 2 is 45. We need sum of these two numbers as 16, okay, because the total sum should be 61. So we need two primes having a sum of 16. So we can have 3, 13 over here, we can have 5, 11 over here. So we'll have only two pairs possible from here, okay. Let's come to the next biggest value. One of the movies will have 2, one will be 41. So 41 plus 2 is 43. We need two numbers over here having a sum of 18. Both should be prime. We can have 5, 13. We can have 7, 11. These are the only two values possible. Two values will be from here, okay. We had one from here. We'll come to the next possible value, next biggest possible prime value, which will be 37, okay. One of them will be 2. 37 plus 2 is 39. We need two. So we need two numbers over here having a sum of 22, okay, because total collection is 61. So we can have a pair of 3 and 19. Then we can have 5 and 17. So that's it. Two values possible from here, okay. Next biggest prime will be 31. One will be 2. That means other two primes should have a sum of 28, okay. So we can have 5 and 23. We can have 11 and 17. That's it. Two values possible from here, okay. Then if we come to the next highest possible prime, which is 29, one of the values will be 2. I have 31 as the sum of these two numbers. These two numbers should have sum 30. So two primes having a sum of 30. So we can have 7 and 23 over here. 7, 23. We can have 11 and 19 over here. We can have 13 and 17 over here. That's it. Three values possible from here, okay. Then if you come to the next biggest prime, which is 23, okay, one of them will be 2, 25. So sum of other two numbers should be 36, okay. So one of the pairs will be 17 and 19, okay. This will be the only pair that will satisfy. Then if you come to the next biggest prime below this, you will get 19, 2 here, so 19 to 21. Other two numbers should have a sum of 40, okay. But there will be no pair that will satisfy this. So in total we have 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9, 4, 13. Option A will be the correct answer. Now let us try to solve the next. The next question is, if on the third day of the release, the box office collection of one of the movies is more than the combined box office collection of other three movies on that day, but less than the twice of the combined box office collection of the other three movies on that day, then what can be the box office collection of the movies with the second highest box office collection on that day? So this means that collection of one movie, let its collection be 8, should be greater than combined collection of other three movies, as well as it should be less than twice the combined box office collection of other three movies. So this is the condition that we need to follow. Then what can be the box office collection of the movies with the second highest box office collection? So this condition, for this condition I have done everything in the previous question, okay. I'll include all those pairs over here. Then we'll check those pairs which satisfy this also, the second one. So these were all the pairs that were satisfying this first condition. Now let us check which are satisfying this condition. So if you look at the first pair over here, do we have 47 less than twice the sum of 257? No, this pair doesn't satisfy. Similarly, even this doesn't satisfy the second one. 43 is not less than twice the sum of 2, 3, 13. This will also not satisfy. Even this won't satisfy. But rest of the pairs they will satisfy, okay. 37 is less than twice the sum of 2, 3, 19. So second highest collection in one of these cases, it is 19, okay. So 19 can be a possible answer. In this case the second highest collection is 17, so even 17 is possible. In one of these pairs, 23 is also a possible value, okay, from this particular pair over here. So 23 will also be a possible answer, because all these pairs they are satisfying this condition. Option D will be the correct answer, all of these. Let's solve the last question now. So the last question is, on the fourth day of the release of 4 movies, what can be the least possible value of the box office collection in crores of the movie with the highest box office collection among the 4 movies on that day? So we are talking about the 4th day of the release. we want to find out the least possible value of the box office collection of that movie with the highest box office collection among the 4 movies. So first of all, we need to take into account all the pairs in which one of the movies was having a highest box office collection. And then we have to answer what can be the least possible value of the box office collection of that movie. So all the pairs that we found in question number 2, they'll be helpful over here. So we have to find out the least possible value that a movie with highest possible collection can have. So we can see that these all pairs, we can see that the movie with highest collection can have values 47, 43, 37, 31, so on. So the movie having highest collection can have least value in this pair, which is 23. 23 will be the correct answer to this question. So you have to understand the statement very properly and then only you have to answer the questions. So that's it. I hope the explanation was clear. This was a very good set. If you still have a doubt, please comment. Thank you.